The guy a second ago was worshiping the sun. Did he find a new God now? And you will notice here how silly this story is, because it is Abraham who decided for the stars, not following his people. He decided. He saw the moon rising. He said, "This is my Lord." You see, it's not his dad say to him, "We worship the moon. Let us worship the moon." No. It's not his to Muhammad. It was the decision of Abraham. And then his people, they debate him. He says, "I turn my face to him who originated the heaven and the earth." Okay, who? Until now we do not know. And then his people dispute with him, and he said, "Do you dispute with me concerning God?" Translation is false. In Arabic it says, "Concerning Allah." What does that mean? That means the Sabian, they worship Allah. You see, if you change the translation, let us change it. Let us go to another idiot. Do you see it? Are you arguing with me about Allah? Okay, if you go a little bit more, the verse after it says, "You are associating with him." That's mean the pagans, the Sabian, the people of Abraham, they worship Allah too. And this is where Allah is coming from. Do you see it? So what the Quran confirmed, that Allah is coming from the people of Abraham. But the people of Abraham, they worship stars. So how they worship stars and Allah is their God too? Because simply he is the moon God. He is one of them. He is one of those gods who they are located in heaven, controlling planets, stars, everything. Everyone in charge of something. Actually, if you go in the Quran, you will find something very funny and very weird. The moon god is the one who controls the moon. Why is called the moon god? Because he is in charge of the moon. The moon, his favorite planet, his symbolic. Like, you know, every nation in a country, they have a symbolic. Some of them, they have a dove because they have too many doves. Some of them, they have a flower because they have too many of this flower. So it became symbolic for them. Some they have an eagle because they have like the American eagle. So the symbolic of the God of Islam is what? Is the moon. And the moon, we have measured for it mentions. According to the moon god Allah, the moon move from point A to point B to point etc. He have 12 houses. We have Mansour. Mansour is saying something to us. Let us see what Mansour is saying. How are you doing, Mansour? Why you don't call me Mansour? Guys, why Mansour don't call me, honestly? Anybody can tell me why? Call me Mansour. I will be happy to hear you. Look, Mansour saying to us, why you don't take tafsir? Okay, Mansour, do you accept the tafsir if I show you? Do you promise me if I show you tafsir right now in the screen? Do you swear by Allah that you will accept whatever tafsir says? Or you will say no? I'm waiting for the answer. Guess what Mansour will say? He will say, no, I don't accept all tafsir. Just wait, I'm waiting for him. Mansour, do you accept the tafsir I will show you? Do you accept any tafsir I can show you right now. Do you accept or not? Do you swear by Allah that you will accept any tafsir? Mansour now is taking a hike. So if I show him Ibn Kathir explain how Allah make the women have a sperm coming from her ribs, he will say Ibn Kathir is a human. If I show him Al-Tabari, he's saying you can have sex with your sister, if she is a sister or daughter from adultery, he will say he's a human. If I show him Ibn Kathir saying the flying carpet and he carries 600,000 chairs on the top of it, he will say, well, he's a human. So the Muslims, the Muhammadan, when they are in the corner, they say, see tafsir. When we go to the books they are asking us to read, they wash their hand from it. Mansour said, depends. I did not see that. Where is that? Let me go back so I can put it on the screen. He said depend, right? I know what he was saying. Yeah, depend. Where is Mansour? Ah, here we go. See? I know it. Depend. Well, my friend, if you have a religion of based on depends, that is not a religion. I mean, have you ever heard of such a religion? Mr. Depend in control? Depend? No comment. Mr. Mansour, he put us in the corner. Depend. I mean, it's obvious. So what we do? Depend. If we like it, we agree. If we don't like it, if it's embarrassing, we say we depend. So a second ago you asked me to show tafsir. A second after he says depend. I don't want to give interpretation myself. Why you don't call me and give me the interpretation? Go ahead. Mr. Depend. So do you see why this is not even a religion? Have you ever heard of a religion? You know, people cannot read their book. Do you accept all Bible interpretation yourself? First of all, my friend, if the Bible need interpretation and we cannot understand the Bible without interpretation, that's mean we do not understand the Bible, and that's mean God, he failed. Interpretation is made for those who have low knowledge, not those who have knowledge. So somebody, he don't have time to study, he never been in school, so he read, he don't understand, he don't know the background, he don't know the history. This is why interpretations exist. But you must cannot understand a word, even the simple one. And when we show you the interpretation, which is supposedly made by others, you say, we don't accept them. So now what we will do? You could not correct me, you could not prove me wrong, you did not dare to call me, and now you deserve the name potato. Let us continue. So here you will see that the God of Abraham, the Muslim Abraham, which by the way his name is wrong. Muhammad in one time he says Ibrahim, in other verses says Abraham. Is it Ibrahim or Abraham? The guy, he can't repeat the name twice. So in the moon we have measured, for it mentioned. What mentions? According to Muhammad, because he is following the Greek mythology, pagan mythology, that the moon have houses, and he moved from place to place. Every month he sleep in different place. How many places? 12 mansion, 12 villas. Not only that, do you see when the Muslim they say to you that in the translation it says verily the number of months with Allah is 12 months? That is a false translation. The word shahr mean moon. It's not month. In the language today, in Arabic language today, is used as the word month. This is true. Why? Because now we are not really, even the Muslim, they don't follow the moon no more. They are using the Christian calendar. So there's no moon. So they use the same word in Arabic to describe a month. But in fact, it is moon. So the God of Islam, he have different description for his moon. He claimed that the moon is 12 moons, not one. In the previous verse, Allah, he made it mentions for the moon. But which moon? There's 12 of them. So when you read here with me, it says, verily the number of months with Allah is 12 moons, not 12 months. You can go right now, open any Hebrew dictionary and search for the word shahr. Shahr mean moon. Shahr in Aramaic, in Arabic, in as I said, in Arabic today it's used as a word month, but shahr mean moon. How we can prove it? We can prove it from the Quran. If we go in the Quran here as an example, and the Muslim, by the way, they say, oh, the one who made the crescent moon, this is not from Islam. It is in the Quran. It is from the Quran. Let's see where we will go. All of us, we knew in the month of Ramadan, the Muslim, they wait for what? Anyone can tell me? What the Muslim wait for? They wait for the moon. Which moon? If you look at the translation in front of me, you will see here something very weird. Whoever of you witnessed the month, you can witness the month. What does that mean? Can we skip it, not to witness it? You know what I mean? You know, witness is about you being presented there in the time of the event. What do you mean witness the month? Obviously, this is false translation. In Arabic, it says, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرِ. Those who saw the moon, which is in a certain way, and we will show you what way it is. So this is here, Aitani translation, 185. Let us switch different. Let us see Hilali. You see, always, where we go? What happened? All right. Read with me, Cash, is the Muslim translation, Muhammad Hilali and Khan. Here they translate the word shahr as month, but we told you it's not a month, it's a moon. And we will prove it to you from exactly same translation. The moon of Ramadan is in which was revealed the Quran. Now, what is the connection between the Quran and the moon? There's a connection. Quran revealed when the moon in a certain look. What is that? A guidance for mankind. A clear proof for the guidance and certain between the right and the wrongs. So whoever of you sight, you see how they change it now? But this is the same word, shahr. In the previous translation says, whoever of you sight or witness the month. You remember? Here it says, whoever of you sight between the two brackets, the crescent moon, the first night. Do you see it? So Islam is based on what? There's a God. He have a 12 moon. And there's one of them is the crescent moon. And this crescent moon is the sign of Allah. Whoever of you witness by sighting you have to sight it by eyes. The first crescent moon, that is the moon of Ramadan, not the month of Ramadan. Do you see it? Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? So whoever of you sight the crescent moon, the Muslim, they deny, they say, oh, this is the caliphate, he put it there, this is have nothing to do with Islam, the crescent moon. The crescent moon is not the symbolic of Allah. Allah himself, he chosen the crescent moon to be his sign, to start fasting for him. It's in the front of you. So the word shahr does not mean month, as the Muslim translate here. And here you see the hypocrisy. Why they translate the word shahr here as month, and then he translated as crescent moon? Because both words is the same word. Look, this is the word shahr here, and this is the word shahr here. So how you translate the word once as month and once as moon, specifically crescent moon? Let us move it here. Hold on. So this is the word shahr here, and this is the word shahr here. Same word. In the same translation, the first word shahr translated as month, the second word shahr translated as crescent moon. For it is the crescent moon. And then, if you look at the title, it says, how the ancient God Allah become a servant for Muhammad. Now we understand that this is the ancient God is exist. Even the Muslim, they say, and they agree, that the pagan Arab, you ask them, who is the Arab before Muhammad, Quraysh? They say pagan. Okay, what they worship? They say idols. But in fact, the Arab, they worship Allah. There's a video made by this guy, his name is Sheikh Hakim, something like that, the funny guy. You will find that the word mushrikun or mushrikeen all over the Quran. And you will find that the Quran says, as an example, that the people of the book are not the same as the mushrikeen. But in different verse, Muhammad, he gave up from them, he called the Christian mushrikeen too. Mushrikeen mean those who worship somebody beside Allah. Read carefully. Neither those who disbelieve among the Jews and the Christians, nor al-mushrikeen. What the heck are mushrikeen? So now the Christian and the Jews are not the mushrikeen. So who is the mushrikeen? Muhammad people. And Muhammad was one of them. Why they are called mushrikeen? Because they believe in gods beside Allah. Who is those gods? Is just to get close to Allah, which means those are small gods. They pray to them so they can get close to Allah. That's all. Allah still is the biggest God for them. So Muhammad is still the pagan before Islam, and after Islam nothing changed. They believe in Allah before Islam, the Arab. They believe in Allah after Islam, nothing changed. So what Muhammad did? Muhammad supposedly, after he learned from the Jews and the Christians, and he started merging some of the knowledge he learned from the Jews, trying to put monotheism as the Jews. But how Muhammad learned about monotheism? Maybe his God taught him? No. Even Muhammad himself, he get himself busted. You will notice that the first time Muhammad he learned about monotheism, it was from a Jew. Once a Jew, he came to Muhammad and he said to him, you are a mushrik, you are a pagan. Read carefully, this is not me saying that, and this is sahih. What make it more horrible, this is all is authentic. A Jewish man schooling the pagan Muhammad about who is mushrik, how to worship the one God. So as we see in the story here, it says, let us read one of them. This is Sahih Muslim, sorry, Sunan al-Nasai, and let us show you the reference. Hadith number 3773. It was narrated from Abdullah ibn Yasir, that a Jew came to the Prophet and said, read carefully what the Jew he said to him. You are setting up rivals to Allah, between two brackets. He said to him, to God. and associating other with him. What is the accusation? What the Jew is accusing Muhammad? People tell me, what is the Jew accusing Muhammad of? He is associating others with him. With who? With God. How? He said to him, you say whatever Allah wills, and you will. And you say by the Kaaba. Until that time, Muhammad, he is teaching his followers a wrong statement, which is shirk, which is pagan statement. A Jewish guy walked by, he said to him, Habibi Muhammad, Habibi, what's wrong with you, Habibi Muhammad? Habibi Muhammad, you are a mushrik, Habibi. You are a pagan, Muhammad, Habibi. You are stone, Habibi. You will notice that Muhammad, he did not argue with the Jew, says, no, you are wrong. Muhammad, he ordered his followers to do as the Jew he said. So the Prophet commanded them, if they wanted to swear an oath, to say by the Lord of the Kaaba, not by the Kaaba. And to say whatever Allah wills, then what you will. Here you ask yourself, well, where was the God of Muhammad all this time, did not correct him? A Jewish walking by, he is correcting the Idiot Muhammad and teaching him about monotheism. And Muhammad, he agreed. And now he is teaching his followers to do as the Jews say. So Muhammad, in the time of the Jews, in front of the Jews, he was nothing but a pagan person, and Muhammad could not deny it. Actually, Muhammad, he took the command from the Jew and ordering his followers to do as the Jews say. Any Muslim have a comment? Anyone? You know, imagine, the disciple of Jesus, they are teaching wrong. And then a Jew walk by and he teach them how to do things. And they agree that they are wrong. And yet they claim that they are sent by Jesus. Or imagine somebody claiming to be a prophet of God, God he sent him. And then a little Jew, God knows who is he, is schooling a prophet of God. And the prophet, he took what he said for granted. And Muhammad, by the way, always he copied the Jews. As an example, once Muhammad was praying, Muhammad is mentally ill, actually. Look at this hadith here. Muhammad, he claimed that when he was on the street, there's a rock. She said to him, Assalamu alaikum, Prophet. It happened all the time to Muhammad. Different hadiths say that the trees, that the rocks, when they see the Prophet of Allah, they say to him, Assalamu alaikum. But nobody heard it except him. If you look at this hadith, you will see Muhammad saying the following. Muhammad was, doing a funeral business, This one is Hassan. We will take the Hassan, which means good, the hadith. Excuse me. The messenger of Allah used to stand up for a funeral until the corpse was placed on the grave. A learned Jew, listen carefully, a learned Jew, a rabbi, once passed by and said, this is how we do it. The Jewish man, he agreed. This is how we do it. Look what Muhammad, he ordered his followers right away, immediately, and he said, sit down, act differently. Like, what the heck? You ask yourself, what is the problem? It says in the front of us, he used, which means God knows how many funeral Muhammad he did in the same method. A Jewish walking by, he says, this is how we do it. What the response of Muhammad? Sit down, act differently. Muhammad is terrified. He's making a poop in his panty. He got busted. Right away, he understand what the Jew he meant. You are copying us, you idiot. You think we do not know? So now Muhammad, because he have a needle in his bum, he felt right away the accusation, and he knew he's a fraud. Because if this is how, okay, if we ask the Muslims, okay, Muhammad used to pray in certain way, standing when until the corpse is put down in the grave. Who taught him that? If you say Allah, well, how he can change it? So what if the Jew, he said, this is how we do it? This is the most funny, stupid thing ever. So imagine I'm praying in certain way to Jesus, and then a Jew, he walked by, and he said to me, this is how we do it. So what's the problem? But because he knew he is a thief, he is copying from the Jews, immediately he changed the way he pray. And what is the excuse? Even he exposed himself more. He said, sit down, act differently from them. So what the point? We need to act differently. How that can be a prophet of God? So the prayer Muhammad was praying here, who is the one who gave him command to change it? Allah? It's just a Jew. He just said to him, this is how we do it. A second ago. A second after, sit down, act differently. What if Muhammad was having sex with his wife, and a Jew, he saw him doing it as all a human they do, and then he said to him, this is how we do it. So what Muhammad will do? He will act differently. What if Muhammad is eating using his mouth, and a Jew walk by and he says, this is how we do it? So because Muhammad, he knew he is a thief, he don't have a religion. This guy is copying from here, from there, from everywhere, and he is creating a new cult mixed of many religion. And you know, look at the answer of Mansour. Mansour, why you don't call me my friend? I mean, I think you will be the best. His name is Mansour, which means victorious. I can tell you are always victorious, Mansour. I can tell who is washing dishes at home. Look what Mansour said. Why it does matter if someone gave him a suggestion. What the heck? He did not give him a suggestion. He said to him, this is how we do it. And if you are saying about worshiping one God, are you saying to me that the Jew, he was suggesting to Muhammad to worship God in the correct way, and Allah was mute? All those years Muhammad is doing the wrong thing, and then a Jew, he schooled your prophet and he told him what to do? What's matter is that we have a truth of God. Do you Christian have a truth when you gospel stories don't match? Well, why you don't go the gospel story don't match? Like what? Like the stupid Uthman, he says to you, one it says that Judas, he died because he exploded, and the other verse says he was hanged. This is because you are stupid. The guy was hanged there for many days, and then he fell down because his body decay. You Muhammad are illiterate like your prophet. Mansour, you are a person who believes that shaitan take hair from your anus. So I cannot explain to you unless you prove to me that your anus is under attack. I mean, even when you speak is stupid. Isn't it the Quran confirmed the book between our hands? So how you Muslim, you say different stories and the Quran confirm it? Are you saying to me that your God Allah is stupid and he confirmed our book, and you Muslims are more stupid than Allah and you deny our book? If we go right now to the Quran, we will find Allah saying the following. Read. I forgot, you're an idiot, like your prophet. Chapter 2, number 89, it says what? Confirming what is with them. So how you say we have different accounts of the same story, but you're confirming what is with us? Are you going to say now, sit down, act differently? So those idiots, you see them on YouTube, saying there is error in the Bible, and then the Quran says the Bible is no error. And not only that, one of the stupid things the Muslims they come to us with when they say that the Bible is corrupted, do you know what does that mean? Don't argue with them, just laugh, says, oh, the Bible of Allah. Right away you will see how the Muslim face will become like a lizard face. Because the Muslim, they believe, according to the stupid Muhammad, that Allah is the one who sent the Torah and the Injil. So what's my problem? A Muslim saying to me that his God always gets screwed. He sent books, he cannot protect them. What's my business? It's not my book. You see, the book of God is not my book, not your book. This is the book of God. So if you're a stupid God, he say he sent the book and he could not protect his book, that means he's no God. Here we go. Chapter 3, verse number 3. And just to make it more funny, chapter 3 is Al Imran. The stupid Muhammad, he think that Imran is the father, grandfather of Jesus. Solve this problem now. But Imran, or Amram, is the father of Moses donkey. But that is a different story. Here it says, it is he who sent down the book. Okay, which book? Between two brackets, the Quran. To you, Muhammad. Okay, wonderful. The truth, confirming what came before it. Look at the stupid God. He confirmed it. And then he sent down the Torah and the Gospel. So a Muslim Abdul, he says to us that the Torah, brother, the Torah and the Gospel are the same, brother. Well, here we go. You are giving a finger to Allah. You are saying that Allah, he is a stupid God. He sent books, he cannot protect them. I have 4 books. You cannot change my books. I challenge you. You cannot. Can you? What kind of religion this religion is? So when the Muhammadan, he said to you, your book is corrupted, laugh at him and says, ah, you mean the book of Allah. And not only this, the stupid Muhammad, he decide that the book of Allah is the Injil. But this is the Greek book. Like what the heck? Is it the Quran? Is we never send the messenger except in the language of his people? Why Allah, he sent to Jesus, who was sent to the Jews, a book in Greek, if he is only sent to the Jews, according to the Quran and the Muslims? Injil? You ask the Muslims what Injil mean, they don't know. They have no idea. Thieves. This is the religion of thief Muhammad. The thief Muhammad, he still named. They do not know what Injil mean. Okay, what Torah mean? Hey Muslim, what Torah mean? They don't know. Okay, why you call it Torah? We don't know. Allah knows best. Oh boy. Do we have any Muhammadan want to say anything? Any Muhammadan? Any half Muhammadan? After we finish and we hang up, the Muslim, they will say, Christian Prince, we challenge you to debate us. Come to our channel. Go right now on your channel. Open your channel. Give me your Skype. I will call you. I mean, it doesn't matter my channel, your channel. You are making excuse. You are a person whose diaper is full of poo-poo, and you think if you change location, the poo-poo is going to become a cake. It doesn't matter where you go. The poo-poo is a poo-poo. sit down, act differently. The same as Mansour. We say, Mansour, shall we show you the tafsir? He says, not depend. Depend, okay, depend. I feel like I'm talking to grandma, and do you like to drink coffee now? Or depend. You know, let us wait. Oh, as no respect to all of grandma. I remember the one of things in, you know, man, amazing chapters in the Quran. I don't know how I can deliver this verses for you. It's impossible. It must be made by the true God. You know, you see the true God, brother. Yeah. Look at this verse. Chapter 66, verse number 3. I call it the chapter of the gossip. Brothers and sisters, let us introduce to you the gossip of Muhammad house. And remember, when the Prophet SAWS FM shortwave disclosed a matter of in confidence to one of his wives, Hafsa. So we told it to other wife, Aisha, and Allah made it known to him, like what the heck? He informed part thereof and left a part. Like what? And then when he told her, Hafsa, thereof, she said, who told you this? He said, all knower, the all aware Allah. Like what the heck is that? And now I understand why nobody can make Quran like this Quran. So the wife of Muhammad, Susu, she told Mumu. Mumu told Susa. Susa told he told Sisa. Sisa told Kaka. And Kaka told Mama. And Mama, she went to Dudu. And Dudu told Huhu. And Huhu come back to the Prophet. And the Prophet was inspired by Allah. And he told them some of the gossip, not all of it. What the heck is that? That is God? If this is God, what is Joe Biden then? I mean, Biden, he make more sense. You know the thing? So when Muhammad, he told the thing to his wife about the thing she told him about the thing, she told the other wife about the thing, and the other wife, she told the other thing about the thing, and then Allah, he made what is even making more and more, like more silly, and Allah made it known to him. That's deep. Oh boy. Who can make Quran like this Quran? Nobody. Nobody know, nobody know, nobody know, nobody. Allah made it known to him, brother. And all this story about Muhammad, he was having sex with the maid. He promised her, if you shut up your mouth, I will make your father the caliphate. After me. This is God? Are you sure? That's so deep. I think Aflaton, if you read this, his brain will be exploding. Imagine we give this just verse from the Quran to Aflaton. And I say, Aflaton, the Greek philosopher, can you, with your philosophy, explain what's going on? Aflaton, don't let me involve with women gossip, please. So the Prophet told the wife, she told the other wife, the other wife told the other wife, and the other wife told the other wife, and then Allah, He made some of it known to it, and then Allah, He informed part of, He informed what? He informed part thereof. And left apart. What is killing me? Why Allah He left apart? Why? Why? I mean, I want to know why He left apart. Come on. He left apart? Which part? Susu told Mumu part, or maybe told Susu? What the heck is that?